In the last video, we looked at the different modes of interaction in group settings. We also identified that while collaboration is one of the modes, it is rarely displayed in most of the meetings where we spend most of our time. Collaboration is a powerful way to explore creative options to support good decision making, but we need to take special measures if we are to unleash its power. Let's look at how to do that. Hi, I'm Glenn from Tyra. You can reach me at tyrastrategies.com. In our last video, we discussed the different ways that people interact in meetings. While one of those modes is collaboration, it rarely happens in most business meetings. Let's understand why that is and identify what we can do to gain the benefits of full collaboration. Organizations that call themselves collaborative are usually messaging that they respect the input of all employees in making decisions. Unfortunately, due to group dynamics, most decision-making is driven by people interacting in persuasion mode with a bunch of co-workers that are accommodating the decision-maker. This often leaves good ideas unheard, and it gives participants of the process a subtle but gentle feeling that they were used. While the organization has the best of intentions, the realities of group dynamics combined with normal business drivers make collaboration difficult. One reason is that collaboration is different than other interaction modes. With many of the interaction modes, such as accommodation or persuasion, an individual can be in a mode regardless of the mode of other people in the meeting. Collaboration is different. It breaks down if any person in a meeting is acting in a different mode. Remember, collaboration is the mode where individuals bring expertise to a meeting but do not have preconceived solutions. In theory, the group interacts by surfacing relevant facts, which then lead to a consensus. For this to be effective, everyone that is engaged in the process must be in a collaborative mode. Any participant working in any of the other interaction modes will break the free flow of ideas required for collaboration to be effective. People working in these different interaction modes also drive members out of collaboration. For example, if a person is in persuasion mode, their actions will drive others out of collaboration to accommodation, persuasion, or possibly even conflict. So collaboration is somewhat fragile and quite easily driven from the business interactions, but engaging in collaboration has many benefits. True collaboration will, firstly, improve buy-in as everyone has had an open opportunity to express their thoughts and ideas. It allows creative options to be explored, providing better assurances that the correct course of action is being undertaken. It exposes unintended consequences and hidden issues. And it provides clarity for benefits and risks of the selected action plan. Collaboration is a worthwhile objective, but to enable collaborative interactions, we need to understand how people think and interact in groups. We then need to create a special environment that promotes creativity and delivers the benefits of collaboration. For a theoretical perspective on how to achieve this, we can look to John Cleese and his thoughts on open and closed mode thinking. According to Cleese, closed-mode thinking is the normal mode of operation in the work environment. It is results-oriented, rigidly focused on the steps required to meet an end goal, and action-oriented. It is the right mode to be in to get things done, but it's the wrong mode for enabling creativity and promoting collaboration. For that, we need open-mode thinking. Open-mode thinking is, in John Cleese's words, more relaxed, more receptive, more exploratory, more democratic, more playful, and more humorous. In that mode, we are the most aware, the most receptive, the most creative, and therefore at our most intelligent. That is the environment that we need to create to support creativity and collaborative thinking. But, moving from theory to practice, how do we do that in a business environment? In business, we need to get things done. We need to have goals. We need to have objectives. This means that closed-mode thinking is the proper mode to be in most of the time. But we can't achieve without spending time considering what we need to achieve and how we should achieve it. That's where collaboration and open-mode thinking add value by verifying that the right things are being done in the right way. Collaboration requires that people come together around a question with knowledge, but without preconceived notions of a solution. This is difficult, as our brains, tending to be solution-focused, quickly drive us to select and defend a preferred solution. Prospect theory, developed by Tversky and Krallman, suggests that our decisions are driven by intuitive judgments and mental shortcuts, creating biases that lead us to make rapid, but often suboptimal decisions. In other words, when presented with a problem, we are almost always quickly biased towards a particular solution. In a meeting, we will often unconsciously be in a persuasion mode supporting that solution. To be collaborative and creative, we need to set up an environment that counters that tendency and allows us to open mode thinking. This requires specially structured collaboration meetings. They differ from normal meetings. They do not have an agenda. There is no expectation of an outcome. They do, however, have a general goal or topic of focus. They are longer than normal meetings. It takes at least 2 hours for a team to move past cognitive biases and achieve collaboration. The meeting space is also critical. It must be quiet, comfortable, and interactive. A room that is away from office noise, free of cell phones and computers, stocked with comfortable chairs, and filled with whiteboards is ideal. So, how would this work in the real world? Initially, a business needs to be identified as a topic of focus. It needs to be general and not solution-oriented. Topics such as, our client return rate is low, staff turnover needs to be reduced, or we need to minimize the risk of an ethical breach, provide the scope that collaborative sessions need. The focus should tend to be on strategic rather than tactical issues. A 2 or more hour open mode session is scheduled to explore the topic. There's no goal, no objectives, and no expected outcome from the meeting. There may be an outside facilitator whose only role is to start the discussions and break down individual cognitive biases as they appear. This would largely happen by the facilitator asking why not, how, what makes you say that, and other questions that drive people to think beyond their preconceived notions. The role of the facilitator is not to direct the discussions or act as a participant, but to challenge shallow comments that mask hidden biases. An outside note-taker can also be included in the room to quietly capture key points of the discussion. The meeting starts with the facilitator identifying the problem space while being careful not to discuss any potential solutions or past efforts in the area. They then stop talking and wait. Eventually, someone will comment and start a discussion stream. The facilitator, if they feel it is required, may ask mirroring or calibrated questions to deepen the conversation or break down cognitive biases. All discussion streams are allowed and no person or discussion stream is cut off. All ideas, especially silly and outlandish ideas, are explored for as long as the group wants to discuss them. If discussion stalls, the facilitator may repeat the problem space but will avoid any summarization or extension of the discussion. Again, it's important to note that there is no expectation that something will be delivered or even achieved at the end of the meeting. At the end of the meeting, the notes are compiled into a short point-form statement of the discussion and distributed to the participants. If there are whiteboard discussions, pictures of the whiteboard contents are also distributed. These artifacts of the meetings are to remind people of the discussion. They're not to summarize group thinking or favor a course of action. Shortly after the collaborative meeting, the members are surveyed to identify whether all the creative options have been discovered. If the group answer is yes, then the group can move to closed mode thinking and select an action plan. If there is doubt or the answer is no, then additional open mode sessions need to be scheduled. Now, I can see people thinking that this is great. Rather than having a useless 1 hour meeting, we now have a useless 2 or 3 hour meeting, and we'll still probably need to have the 1 hour meeting at some point in the future. Enough time is already spent in meetings. We don't need more meetings, especially ones that aren't even expected to achieve anything. That perspective is understandable. But remember, collaboration has its benefits. It'll get you better results. It will build trust, and it will improve communications. It can save time in the future by avoiding rework, recovery from false starts, and conflicts due to misunderstanding. It's worth the investment. Some sessions will transform the way a group sees a problem space. New creative ideas lead to the implementation of innovative solutions. The benefits here are obvious. Other sessions, however, will not result in any visible shifts. The value here is subtler. The group has validated its understanding of the problem space, and if the session was effective and collaborative, it provides confidence that the proposed solutions are fully vetted. In either case, devoting a few hours to true collaboration and open mode thinking does deliver value. Give true open mode collaboration sessions a try, but remember that people who have worked their entire careers in a closed mode environment will need some time to adjust to open mode thinking. Good facilitation in early sessions is critical to actively engage all participants without having the sessions become solution-driven. Over time, people will become more comfortable with true collaborative interactions and will be able to enter into open mode thinking more quickly. Once open mode sessions are understood and accepted, they will be able to deliver more value more quickly. So try it, but be prepared to stay with it for a while. Give it time to become an integral part of how the organization works. If you want to know more about building a truly collaborative organization, Tyra's online course, Building an Effective Decision-Making Organization, provides the information you need. Tyra also has workshops to help you identify your organization's specific needs and develop a plan to move your organization forward. You can find information about our workshops on our website and descriptions of our online courses at Tyra Online. I've put links to both below. If you want a better understanding of how people make decisions, check out the articles, The Science of Rational Decision-Making and The Role of Creativity in Decision-Making in our library. There are links below. If you have anything to add to the discussion, please add them in the comments below. And if you would like additional information, visit our website or email us at info@tyrastrategies.com. As usual, like or subscribe. And since we promise not to deliver videos on a regular schedule, hit the bell to be notified about the next one. Bye for now.